All right, Buddipole troubleshooting out here at the US 1518 Maybury Park.
It's more than troubleshooting, it's learning, because I don't have a clue.
That's a better way to look at it. So Rory's second deployment of the Buddipole?
The first one was a shit show.
The first one was a shit show. This is the second time we're trying to deploy it, and I said, well, I've had some success, so let's get together, and today ended up being a really nice day. So we met up over at Maybury here, and we are trying to get it tuned up so that he can get on 20 meter, and so that's the plan.
The best we're seeing is 2.3 at 14.37. So
that got worse with the change of the taps.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're back where the
that was the original documented position.
Manufacturer spec spots.
Okay. So we made a change to actually take one extra length, essentially one full wrap of coil, and that made an improved difference on the tune for 20 meter. And so we sent it up all the way to the top of the mast. I think it's a 13-foot mast for this one, and that hurt us. It didn't end up working. The dip ended up moving up a little bit, and it got less deep. So we ended up being above 2 SWR the whole way. This is what we're using. This came with my Buddipole Deluxe, and it basically talks in sections of the antenna. Rory's talks in inches, and that makes it a little more difficult when you're in the field without a ruler. So we're working for 20. That means on the red side coil, we should be 4.5 lengths out, with the tap at 10 on the green mark.
Yep.
4.5 lengths.
Okay.
Okay. And then on the black side coil for 20 meters, we should be all the way out, and then we should be at the blue 15 mark on the coil.
That's where we are.
Okay.
All right, let's.
So that should be back to pretty much stock. Well, we moved down almost into a transmittable range, but it moved the V-square dip up too. So we lost a little bit of efficiency. It went from 1.6 to 1.76 as its lowest. Very, very interesting. If I was in a hurry to POTA, I would use the tuner at this point, but that's because I'm impatient. I also...
Well, we all know what happened when I took this up a couple weekends ago. I put everything away.
And just went back to the ATOS.
Put the ATOS on the car. Got my 10 and went home.
The only thing else I'm thinking is we could just move this antenna over onto the grass just out of curiosity. Move it away from the two vehicles.
I mean, we can do that.
What do you think?
We can do that. Let me get this just so that we're not tripping over anything. Go ahead.
Okay. And we do have the DX Engineering Nomad 19 out with the Soda Beams band hopper right now as well. We just set that up to play.
So
yeah,
so we're at 1.36 at 14.182.
So that looks excellent right there, but we haven't gone up.
Let's just go up and see. We also have your antenna. We're probably
playing into
off of a little bit.
I can pull that down too if we need to.
Well, let's just make it work.
Tip it down. Maybe this is the ultimate Soda Beam / Buddipole configuration here.
I'll have them right next to each other.
Yeah, they need to work with one another. Okay, scan again. Moved it up a little bit, I think.
Well, that's okay. It might be okay.
Ooh, interesting.
Look at that.
Wow, that's a sharp dip.
1.02 at 14.162.
100% transmittable there. And you only hit 2 right at the top of 20 meter. What the heck happened there? So was it just basically our pavement is causing problems, or was it the two vehicles?
Pavement or the cars.
Yep.
I mean,
that was a big change.
The manual there does talk about being next to things.
Okay.
We are right under your antenna.
We can drop that down though pretty easy. I could just lay it down on the ground if you want to try that, just to see if it changes.
Let's do it. I just want to see.
Okay, let's try that.
You got that up so easily today. I hate to ruin your life there. Do you want me to undo a stake over here?
Yeah, I was hoping I could just lay it down, but it doesn't.
We might be able to. Here, let me.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, I'll be.
So that should take a little bit of that out of the equation.
Let's just make sure. I don't expect it to do much, but this is all for science.
That's a beautiful, beautiful dip. Sorry there. So now that we've moved the Buddipole over and we set my band hopper down on the ground, we moved it from this position between the two vehicles to the grass. Using all the same stock configurations, we have a absolutely beautiful chart to transmit on. That is a very nice, that's a very good looking V-Sword chart.
Your coils though.
My coils. So now we need to bring my coils down and then put yours up.
On, yeah.
All right. I think we're making some progress here.
We are. Let's
Okay.
do it. And actually, we have one more second. Oh, no, we don't. Okay.
I always get that bottom one confused as well. I always think there's an extra one there to work with. It doesn't.
Now, I will say,
Yeah.
this design here of
The half twist.
yeah, this is very good. Buddipole did a excellent job with the design and that. It's a lot of work to go up and down, and I think this is where a lot of people get
It's time consuming.
discouraged, is it's time consuming and it's not as
Especially for the initial setup, right? So there's your difference between those things there. That's mine.
and I think just because, for example, 2 weeks ago when I went out, I wasn't having any of this.
Right.
I wasn't in the mood for it, and
You weren't. Yeah. I think you also were time constrained, which I think we can use that as a
that was a bad
everyday ham pro tip. If you feel like you're on a time schedule, you probably shouldn't be trying to set up a brand new antenna, right? You need to give yourself a little flexibility because you probably won't be perfect the first setup.
Yeah, that was a bad plan to start with.
We also are proving that again today because we've been at it for probably an hour fooling around here. I did get one contact on 40 meter though.
Well, this is the kind of day if I don't get an activation, I don't care.
Right. This is the play day.
I mean, we should both be able to get 10.
I would imagine we'll be fine once we get this thing set up now. It looks like it's coming around.
I mean, we could get 10 by calling in our local help.
That's true.
Our local area hams for 10 QSOs. We did do a park to park on 2 meters when we got here. With
Oh,
each
that's
other,
right. I have 2 in my log
so
today.
You have 2, I have 1.
We did get one on 146 490 FM simplex as Rory was pulling into the driveway of US 15.
As soon as I turned in, I said, let's call it a park to park.
5.9 both ways.
5.9 both ways into the park.
All right. We're going to send it back up, then we'll send it over to the RigExpert here. And we're joining forces here. We've got all the equipment out. Rory's got the AA600. Actually, he was the one that talked me into buying one of these things. They are excellent. They are also very expensive, but worth every penny, I think.
Buy once, cry once. It's another one of those. There's so many things.
When it comes to radio, this thing is probably one of my most used tools. And people that say that they're using the VNA, that's how I started. And man, it makes a big difference in
VNA
speed.
has its place.
It does. Yep. All right. Let's see where we're at. Tracing pretty close.
Trending higher though.
Oh, yep, for sure. Going out further. So the only change here was coils. But are we still going to get that sharp dip? 100% still got that big dip.
But it's high. But now we're too high.
Yeah, we're too high. So again, we need more electrical length. But that's a very nice dip again, not soft.
Well, that's what I wanted. That's more what I want to see.
Okay.
I'd like to see. I feel like at some point we should be, you know.
Okay. So we got to bring it down and we need to make it electrically slightly longer. And it's always kind of counterintuitive for my brain, but when your dip is above where you want it to be, you need more length, and when it's below where you want it to be, you need less length.
So what I'm still not smart enough to understand.
I don't know if you haven't seen the Buddipole dipole too. It is very well thought. There's a little piece of Velcro that lets you hold the thing on the mast. The mast, of course, is here. It has a real nice sturdy base, and then the taps are really just these little banana plugs that happen here out to the whips that you can play with. So.
I just want to see back at ground level where we're at. And so far, no change.
No change at all at ground level, huh?
Yeah, we're a little higher. So, a little higher and not quite as much of a dip there into.
Oh yeah, the dip softened a little bit for sure. Yep. Okay, so we needed some. We were too high, so we need some length from the antenna. That's what we need next.
I almost wonder if we're not that one coil off like we were trying earlier.
Okay, well now that we've changed our position here, maybe it is worth adjusting that coil again.
But will that ruin everything?
Well, we can go up and down a couple more times here. I don't think it's experimentation here.
Because we only don't have much to give it here to get longer with the whip.
That's only got 4 sections out right now, right?
Yeah.
So you have 2 extra sections. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
So what'd you do? Just go out a half section, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're doing all this with the newer AA650 zoom. You know we're going to have to do it all again with my old 600 so I can confirm what I'm seeing.
It is bringing it down. I like that. That's one thing that's different about the 650 zoom is it keeps the old trace on the screen while the new trace is being drawn, so you can see how your changes affect.
So what that tells me, we should be able to raise it up, and we should be where we need to be.
Because it's gonna move it.
Yeah.
Let's try it. That's an excellent dip again, though. That's better. Yeah.
So see, it's showing me that we're about the same.
I'd say that looks very similar. Yeah.
Same.
Because what's your dip right there? 1.12 or 1.8?
Less than 1.12. So, and it's showing it right around 14.3, which 3.4. Yep. Which that's fine.
Yep.
So if I really want to get something that is, I use this screen here a lot more often. And let's just go flat at, straight SWR at 14.300.
Because this gives you just a good idea of like where. Oh yeah, beautiful.
And that reassures me.
Yep.
That I'm good. And if I wanted to take it down to my lowest
225
operating and take a look at what that looks like.
Should be 1.58. That was what mine said.
And this is giving me 1.6, which is cool. And then we can go up to 14.300 and do the same thing.
350, right, is top?
That's what I meant to say, 14.350. Yes.
And this should be super low. Yeah, 1.4. Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful now. It's perfectly tuned for this.
So for me, that's excellent. I won't even put the auto tuner in line on the 891 today.
No, not when you're weighted that.
I prefer not to, unless I know that I need it. So, okay.
All right. Well, this has been a everyday ham mic check. The struggles of setting up a Buddipole, but also a little bit of RigExpert knowledge to drop on you there. If you've never seen one used before, they are pretty handy.
CQ, Parks on the air. Whiskey 1 November, Victor Tango. Whiskey 1 November, Victor Tango.
Whiskey 8 Kilo November X-ray. Whiskey 8 Kilo November X-ray. Whiskey 8 Kilo November X-ray.
Just give me the last 3 letters.
Oh man.
Kilo November X-ray. Kilo November X-ray.
W8 Charlie Kilo November.
Nope.
Negative. Kilo November X-ray. Kilowatt November X-ray.
W8 Kilo November X-ray. 305 Vermont.
Okay, 59 Michigan 73.
Thank you. Whiskey 1 November.
No.
Victor Tango.
November 8 Juliet Romeo Delta.
November 8 Juliet Romeo Delta 59 Park ED 305 Vermont.
Copy 59 from US 1518.
Thank you. What's your state?
The state here, Mike India. US 1518 Mike India.
Thank you. Whiskey 1 November Victor
What was that on? 14226.
Oh my God. I gotta get this log.